And welcome back to Disco Elysium.
Yes?
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow. Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes?
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucking...
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn... And you went and pushed her.
Titus Hardy! Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her... Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me these soldier of the apocalypse.
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no unit.
Actually, there are a few. Crypto analyst, radio officer.
We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works?
Understood. You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing left.
Things got nice and quiet after that. Yeah, try not to whack off to it.
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You.
Now that is intriguing. You had me at door gunner.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy. You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
The compact tape player is still. The machine was made in Revachol by a company called. There's no fixing this one.
This would have been very helpful with the Megamix, but it isn't anymore. My Kinema only comes with radio. Let's try to find a new tape player. Perhaps we should talk to Roy at the pawn shop. He has stuff.
You stare at the great. A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out from the hole where an indicator light used. He grabbed the handle and pulled the lever up. The water lock starts moving.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now.
Focus on one thing, achieve it, then the next, he thinks. That's the task. Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's
In this yard?
He's assessing the situation. How long ago was...
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscur, for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago. A black bloc, a part of the city left unrenovated after the war, or one that has fallen to gang violence, or has become inhospitable in some other way.
On aerial photos, block obscures look like dark squares. Hence then...
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drums. Life, yes. For you to scavenge like a post-apocalyptic scavenger who collects trash and errant magnesium blisters.
It's not meant as nagging. Just an observation.
We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder with forays into the urban hinterland.
Banged-up motor carriage lies half-submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez?
It appears to be so. I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water. The logo is too deep in the murky. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks...
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is...
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred. Your mocking tone finds no response. but the motion of the waves.
Yes, quite. Let's wait for the low tide and see what...
Great idea. Then we can...
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
As you sit down in the hinges creak under your weight. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Yes, it does.
The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trick. Two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside, looking at the water and a sunken car. The wind blows. In the distance, behind the church, some vagrants are having an argument over a bag of tear they found in the reeds. Further away, a flock of seagulls lands. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
I believe it's following a pattern set millions of years ago by cosmic forces. But I suppose it could move quicker.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
The world turns as fast.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. Does he know something about that speed racer?
But it could also be the number of a police precinct.
A massive pit opens up in your... No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here. Well, it isn't. It's you. I'm very sorry. You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn. Yes, let's go take a look.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You.
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't. It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer.
A name like armor.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it. The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey, but the badge is new. You used it 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression. Although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you, it looks better on him because he isn't in as much pain while producing it as you are. The badge in your hand shines.
Lieutenant W. Freighter. The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice. Thus, there are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your case, lieutenant. Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol city.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last century experimental psychologists in the
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patch kings like satellite officers and the additionally freighter rank I already...
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it. Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock.
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative purpose.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going. You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes.
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like, it's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash. The badge in your hand shines as you There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape. The worn and beaten wood.
We can.
You can revisit the bench.
Hello again. How can I help you? Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps. A tape? We have boom boxes for sale that will play it. Check the shelves.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chip 1 especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Is the Harman Welshie W2. Made in Vespa. Designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel formats. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real. And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is you push, command set, and the tape starts spinning.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arete on your porter reel. the tape stops spinning.
End of recording. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Still, one of the other mercenaries, I think, the one he was talking to. A village on the Samaran Isola in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about. Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. Or maybe Kohoi is just merc talk for atrocity, slaughter.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back. The portal reel is just what you needed. You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway, telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. A click, then silent. Nothing to do with this right now. Immediately, the boombox. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio mic.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back from the database people. Try calling again later. Is there anything else I can do? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, sir. Glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to you then. Over.
Feels good to get that off your chest, right? Celebration with beer?
Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? I love you did.
Fast, observant, she is memorizing your badge number.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant?
How about you share your information on the lynching, now that you've seen his badge?
The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant. In the absence of the badge, I have informed my employer there will be a probe. I cannot rescind that promise. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you've finished with them. My plan is to share information. The only way to do that now is by telling my employers you've kept your end, which I hope you will, because let me tell you, we are in dire waters.
Meaning, the information she has will raise the...
The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you. Now, is there anything I can do for you in the meanwhile? Tea, perhaps? It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samaran Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes, after they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable.
How convenient that they're stranded like beached whales at that roundabout.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Her irises are light green, like the river Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's clearer.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Uncovering Union secrets could also give you an upper hand when dealing with them.
The two might even be connected.
Or not. Though, if you have evidence to the contrary, I'm eager to hear it.
As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done. No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
A cold breath rushes in from the bay, making its way down the alleyways and potholed streets. From Martinez to Jamrock, in the traffic you hear the clinking of glass.
The literage the local producers must get from this terminal alone must be oceanic.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand. Yes? Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance. You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare? Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually, corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself. However, if you felt, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear. Tell her she'll like you for it.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with? That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the fourth day to the backstay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with. Of course, Detective. Take care.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, the radio plays.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Where am I? Who are you? Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s. Back in Mefka, during the time of the revolution, the sidewalks and cafes are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buendero. Until you came along, that is. This is Gabriel Buendero.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen, and schoolboys used to memorize all his lines.
In all likelihood, it's a world that's only ever existed in her mind.
Someone was. I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden. While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Methk, it was a golden age.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Muindi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole. diamonds? Of course not. But whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine. I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
Then it's contraband, Lowman. What? Do you want to take an old
Bad hand. Hermenegildos' bad hand strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people.
Of course not. To truly understand the boyadero, you need to listen to...
The boyadero, boya for short, is a cowherder from upstream Magritte. The great step.
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain. Of course not. The boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out walking...
In the background, you can hear the orchestra swell as the screen fills with the maidens.
So the boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Magritte. Then he rides off, because the Western Plain is calling to him. You have to understand, a true boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a boyadero. What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, not drugs. Yes, there is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest. The woman sways her wrinkles.
She's just a distracted old woman.
So he doesn't think she's...
You hear that, Lowman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me. A pale dream is what it is. Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back.
Everything's still cool here, officer. Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extreme good joke, officer.
You glance around the decrepit buildings.
It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom.
It is, yes. Anyone...
That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its law is hyper cool. I'm an entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources. Anything for you.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air. The wind brushes them off.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring. As
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
she doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
Where did they get this
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
The phrase was used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style? He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
She's quite observant about the human character. Trained to observe, even.
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezud all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower. Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil. Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Kohoi. I would be tearing it up Soldier of the Apocalypse style.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Like, for example,
Actually, officer,
a nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can tell.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think...
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was Occidental, not Mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes, we were compatriots.
Did that bring you to...
No, he was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrek. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habit.
Sex, alcohol, no love for Mother Oranje. But wasn't he a soldier? The young woman is smiling, still, about there.
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him about...
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no, we even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days.
Looks like you were right, officer.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die. The young woman looks at you.
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin.
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can...
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone. Oh, that. It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed.
Is this Oranese lit?
He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. 10. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star. Oh yeah. No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Seminine Islands, and on other islands too. All of the islands. Change of topic, perhaps?
The lieutenant blinks. All right, let's see where this is going.
Cool.
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee, most likely.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42? Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen. How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath? Yes? Do you want to know the truth? To the laboratorium.
Hello, officer? What brings you up here?
She looks back. Time, don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you. We will see through. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silk. Nothing. Just anything out of the ordinary, and your air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. She presses her elbows against her hair, brushes her shoulders. Make the strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds.
Hello, officer?
She looks back.
Hello, officer?
She looks back.
Hello, officer? What brings...
She looks back.
Hello, officer?
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 Soft, light brown eyes look back at you, directly into the space behind your eyes. I have bad news. You know these guys? Who? Me? Yes, you. He's talking about you, you boring stiff. You too. Me? What did I do? I'm merely a master thespian. These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info, you can't trust them anymore. I'm sorry I didn't catch it sooner. It takes conscious effort on your part. Yes, Mr. Thespian here has been singing paeans to how truthful she is. She is a lady, most fair and just. In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, she probably had to employ half-truths more often than outright lies. That is correct. And omissions too. A little. They're all still of limited use, interpreting things to the best of their ability. Maybe they add flair or something. I wouldn't know. I don't add flair. But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, they are not to be trusted. Not with her. Don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. Just not with her. There's no way of knowing. At the moment, I'm afraid it's best to assume all bullshit, man. I ain't compromised. Especially that guy. That guy's the most compromised one in here. No fucking way, man. I just want a drag of that sweet menthol ziggy. Really? Quick. Glory. Truth. Softness. Protect her. She wants you. How it always does. Through. There's nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and no. It's better to know you're being played than to be played without knowing it, is it not? You can't draw a sound conclusion. The one who usually does says, she may want to control the information rollout, not to become a suspect. She may have a past she's escaping, unrelated to this case. You doubt it's something truly insane. See? It's oddly moderate, probably compromised. Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this. For a second, her face disappears from your cornea. Still smiling, a tired smile. The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
I don't know, Lieutenant Freighter. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your... I don't know. The further...
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composites, a dull thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from the
vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the Kaiser Inn are around this building. This door is...
It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rap. Sounds like it's heavy, too. Must be something valuable inside to go through the trouble of protecting it. The door is... The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. You kick it, gung-ho style.
All right, let's trash the place.
Let's not.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. You kick it, gung-ho. The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. You kick it. The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. Something cracks. It is an unbelievably satisfying sound,
Nice.
filling you with a belief in your own body.
Sounds like the property damage wasn't in vain, at least. Would it hurt to look in?
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new. 3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer, this isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place.
Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left a pattern. Uniform. Shoe size is 41 to 42, maybe 43. It could be a large-footed woman or a small to average-footed man. This is, unfortunately, the worst.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person. No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me, or some kind of foreign print.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisp.
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman, writhing.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump. The footprints on the floor, however. Definitely.
Boring footprints. I want to jump to sensationalist conclusions. Over there, in the corner. Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats.
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic. A little. Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready. Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, "Inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Muindi." The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, the theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls, areas around the playfield represent, indeed. Think of them as balls. It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was. The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting. An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent. He also hit his wife and kids, other people's kids too, sometimes pets.
But you seem to be having fun.
Your game is definitely improved. Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit, maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit. Is the words "Pale Rupture" light up on the...
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible. You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is... You're in a perfectly balanced system where neither you nor the pal is able to get the upper hand. This could go on forever. With automation-like precision, you keep the final goat ball in play, reacting to the tiny gaudy ball is lit.
Huh?
A panel opens up at the top of the playfield, and a new ball charges downhill. It's larger than the goats and matte black. Cornelius spell the white letter. So violent is its descent, it immediately knocks the last goat in. High score, announce the speakers, and the whole machine lights up. Then the flippers retract, leaving a perfect opening for the gaudy ball to join the goats backstage.
That's amazing. You didn't just win. No one I know has ever beaten Gordy's goats. That is a monumental achievement, Detective. Congratulations, Your Highness. That was really impressive. The machine needs a good service before anyone else can even attempt it to get... Yes. Good times.
Once again, the machine... Apricot chewing gum scented one. August 2nd, early late summer. You're getting off the streetcar in Le Jardin, east of the river. Her father and mother are middle class. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
There must be a key somewhere. Probably somewhere in the whirling. It's not too important. We can get in and out.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb, smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, This elevator must have been used to transport pinball machines to and from. There are large rectangular buttons. Monter. A small steel plaque reads, Halter 800. Halter is a...
That it does. I say, let's brave it. At the end of the last century, Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain...
It appears his whole enthusiasm is sarcastic.
Seems so, although it's pretty...
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before... Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel?
A creak. Some dust.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the Hardys bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice maker said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell... He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story.
Stupid superstition, but still. You clearly see...
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Officer. It's a...
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one smooth as ice. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer.
Looks like it, yes.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it. The sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia, pining for a time before the turn. It's clear you like the hard stuff, Bruta. Lower intestine? The term fascism, Bruta. Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revishal's problems? Quit stalling, Bruta. We're talking about the weakest, worst, most insane thing. Yes, them. Women. Women. Men of war. You don't like them. They're insane. That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important. Stomach truth. You're having a stomach truth because you've said the hard things that others won't say. The good things, you've said them many times. Okay, yes, that sounds much better. Traditionalism. You're going to keep your views, right? Keep your views, Brota. There's a slow, painful growl somewhere in your intestines. It is one of betrayal.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Oh, okay. Well,
He's really holding himself back.
Okay, what is back there? Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean. No, I was just wondering.
He was wondering about something business related, about how much money he could make of one.
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened the door back there. The machine we have in the corner, it wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's...
Yeah, those numbers he's at, it sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
What wall? I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the whirling does not...
The color has drained. What a shame to fix such a good peephole.
No, we don't hire staff like that. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment? I hope not. What? Why would you say that?
So he knows of the doomed commercial area, and...
Everyone knows of it. I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the whirling. Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? For 14 years, man. That's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Some real estate management company, they never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved. Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company.
It was you?
You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great... Hail, Holy Queen, by the Ateniers. Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad.
Good pick.
Yeah, it's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area. I don't place much stock in the curse and so on, but the label frightens the clientele. Who wants to stay at a doomed hostel? Everything's doomed enough without that. Luck has got nothing to do with it. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're...
Against the doom.
So, if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, can we, wrap it up? Why? No, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we had one good guest in the... Yeah, well, she's not a guest, is she?
What? Did someone mean...
We were just paying you a compliment. And finding out a degenerate from room 3 nicked the phone line. Everything... Good thing that guest pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it. Was there anything else? Yes?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in... It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. Forget about ostentatious orchestrations. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. Sometimes you like to add finger pistols to the mix, because unlike Guillaume le Million, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression, looking good on you, or anyone. 2 decades, if the calendar is to be trusted. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you've picked up along the way. Episodic memory, however, remains in the dark. Not really. OO must have just stirred your mind. They're more like a disco rock band anyway. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the expression. Still not happening. It won't come off that easy. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. Still not happening. It won't come off that easy. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. Still not happening. It won't come off that easy. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. Still not happening. It won't come off that easy. The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform.
I would really prefer not to talk.
As Lieutenant Kitsuragi explained, a patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
Yes, I am. I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? No, you haven't wronged me. Okay, fine.
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
What precinct?
Fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? And that fucking fucker.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
Dark. Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band. He said he'd rape her. What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psych.
Seems like they wanted to give Claudia a second chance to play along. She's still
Right. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then.
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this?
You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match.
Nah, I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head. Handled him? She got into some stupid shit with that guy.
Yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her.
I asked for your opinion, not a bedtime story. Tell it to your grandma. Yeah, why don't you? I already told you. We fucking
There's less gusto in his voice now.
Come on, Titus. It's been a long day. I'm tired of running.
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck off!" That lying, scamming. We're done.
Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small...
What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beer.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be.
It's you again. What is it?
Clausia is playing.
It's you again. What is it?
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter. Just remember, it's about more than Clausia. It's about these men and Martinet outside in the midday sun. Ruins. The pavements are cracked and the benches peeling. Newspapers blow in the wind.
Huh?
He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Goddamn right. This is Union Town. You
Fuck, Dennis. We don't kill you if you work for the company. Half the harbor works for the company.
work for the wrong company, and they execute you.
It wasn't that. It wasn't...
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm too old for a shot like that now.
Suddenly, there's an awful ringing. To your right, you sense the air. You only manage to perform one more movement. An instinctive jerk to your left. Then, no sound. More dead cops. Sad news from the district.
It's you again. What is it?
Clausia is playing.
It's you again. What is it?
Clausia is playing.
It's you again. What is it?
Clausia is playing.
It's you again. What is it?
Clausia.
It's you again. What is it?
Clausia is...
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 It's you again. What is it?
Clausia is playing them like a fiddle. Tell them how bad...
It's you again. What is it?
Clausia is...
It's you again. What is it?
Clausia is playing...
It's you again. What is it?
Clausia is playing...
It's you again. What is it?
Clausia is...
It's you again. What is it?
Clausia is playing them like a...
It's you again. What is it?
Clausia is...
It's you again. What is it?
Clausia is playing...
It's you again. What is it?
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter. Just remember, it's about more than Clausia. It's about these outside in the midday sun. Ruins. The pavements are cracked and the benches peeling. Newspapers blow in the wind.
Huh?
He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
goddamn right. This is Union Town. You work for the company, we will kill you.
Fuck, Dennis. We don't kill you if you work for the company. Half the harbor works for the company.
Work for the wrong company, and they execute you.
It wasn't that. It wasn't... We just couldn't get him...
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him.
Shut up, Angus!
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control. Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler?
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
You're in. He's all yours. Questions? He nods.
You hang the corpse to cover up the real...
We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was difficult.
So there was a wound. You should try looking for it.
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl? 2.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not enough. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets.
He means they'd been fucked.
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged. Me too. Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replaced.
Tibbs. That's short for...
Yeah. Good.
Bet their father's named Atticus Hardy. Lucretia Hardy would be their sister. Anyway.
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. They can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. They're powerful, connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she...
That's all he knows. That's all.
And why would you help someone like that?
But why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Clausia. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns. Training. Years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been... Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do.
These theories, not bad. Don't buy either one, but still, this guy's not as dumb.
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking.
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it, for political reasons.
The big guy turns to the blonde, shuts his mouth.
I'll say it again. All the Hardy Boys are right here, cop. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway. Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klasia you want to talk to. You do that. Hey, cop.
If suddenly the wind picks up outside, you hear it rattling the large...
She, Klasia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union take... That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins.
We'll take that into account.
This medicine cabinet is full of wares.
So I think we're going to call it there for the night. Thank y'all for watching, and we will catch y'all next time.